So here we go, exhaust number 2, or exhaust setup number 2 on the E92. Hopefully this will be number 2 in the final. But I'm going to keep my mouth shut about me thinking this is the right one. I'm just going to put it on and then I'll let you know in a few thousand miles that this is the right option. So what you're looking at is a new center section. If you haven't watched the previous install video, this is your first viewing of my E92 saga that's beginning. I had a Dinan rear section which came with the car. The guy had that on before, and my intent was to do a catless center section, and then I chose the Eisenmann Sport. And the philosophy there, Eisenmann Race probably sounds a little better, but you have drone and issues, and it'll just too loud when you remove the cats. These cars gain quite a bit of horsepower when you go catless and then tune it. So in my previous M3, I had a 2011. This is the center section that I had. This is a Dinan Middle Racing. So I'm going to put this on the car with the Eisenmann Sport, and hopefully that combo will work. The previous combo, which I just sold, was the Eisenmann Sport with a Macht Schnell center section. The Macht Schnell has 2 small resonators at the end. So this actually has a little more stout resonators, the dual resonators at the exit of the X pipe, and then they introduced 2 larger resonators. But the Macht Schnell only had 2. So what I thought, what my guess was that the Eisenmann Sport would tone down the raspiness of the Macht Schnell center section, and I was wrong. It didn't. It was new instantly. So it was on the car for 3 days, and now we're exhaust number 2. All right, step 1 here. Get this on the garbage can. And the next purchase, or a purchase very soon, which I probably won't need again, hopefully, is transmission jacks, or at least some hoists, so I can put these things up in the air and not have to gamble at getting it up in place. All right, so we got that there. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to hoist it up and get it to sit on the Eisenmann exhaust. I think it would be really easy if I had another person. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to grab the bolts or nuts for this. So I'm going to grab the bolts for these, put them in my pocket so I have them ready to go. I could put the center section in. Ouch! We knew that was coming. Oh, man, you suck. Actually, come to think of it, I should stop being so hasty, and I should put this on first. So what I could do is try to get a couple of these in first. Okay, so we got that. Now, just so happens, you'll grab it. As luck would have it, I actually have these spacers. So these spacers need to go in, but shoot. Spacers aren't going to help me because I don't have the longer bolts that came with it. Crap. I think I have those at my house. Yeah, they probably still would be fine. We'll see. We'll see if they can reach and grab. I don't think they will, but these spacers, because this X pipe's a little bit bigger, will go there and it spaces it off the car a little bit. Using a garbage can. A little ingenuity here. So at least now it won't fall as far. There's one. There's 2. Just take these, get them in place. Hopefully the back won't fall off. Now the back falls off, we'll be okay this time. I think I could probably raise this up now. Hope it doesn't fall. Let's see, what's the smart thing to do here? Let me put some of the bolts in the center, see if I can get those to work. This isn't gonna fit so well. Okay, so now I at least have a bucket there in case this falls. So the Macht Schnell exhaust center section didn't have these clamps. So I took the factory clamp off, so I'm going to take this piece off. I'm struggling enough putting this onto the lift. I had put this on and taken it off on my back on rhino ramps. The car only a few inches off the ground before, so I guess you can't complain. Okay, that'll keep that in place. So now I can get the center brace rough fit at least. I'm going to 60mm bolts, because I don't think it'll bottom out. Let's see if I can get one of them in there. And if you had a jack or a second person, this would take like 2.5 seconds to do. Instead, I'm trying to do it by myself like an idiot. So we'll see if these are too long to actually torque. Worst case, we at least got it started. Yeah, we'll be able to torque it. Yeah, so these 60mm bolts are a better way to go. So now what I'll likely have to do is loosen it up in order to get these in place. Okay, it's a new day. A couple of things. When I was pressing my luck, and then I was gone for a week, and then I snuck over here when Michelle went to the grocery store. So now I'm back. My ankle's busted up from me dropping the thing on the ground, but we got it up here nice and secure. So while we're at it, I might as well change transmission fluid, since I need to take this cover off anyway. We'll change the trans, we'll change the diff gear oil, and we'll get the exhaust buttoned up. So I'm going to work on securing this and securing the rear, whatever, the connecting pipes from the Eisenmann that I removed. And then when I take this cover off, we'll put the brace back in to allow us to connect these back in place. So fresh start today. Figures, now I have a bunch of people here that I could help hold this stuff, and now I don't need that since I've got it all at least roughed in place. So anyway, let's work on, I'm going to get this cover off here first, and then I'm going to work on getting this secured so that we actually, I think I should probably work on the connecting pipes first. So I'm going to get the connecting pipes in, and then we'll worry about messing with this stuff. So these clamps here don't really do a whole heck of a lot because I was able to pull it right out. Maybe I need to go tighter on them, but they didn't really do very much. So I think we need to clamp them down a whole lot tighter than I did. So I'm hoping I can get these connecting pipes in place here. Let me go a little tighter. I don't want this falling off without having to remove this whole darn thing. Let's see, it appears that the Dinan's a little bit longer. So this grommet puller would make your life so much easier in getting things out of a grommet. Okay, so now put this in place. Turn it up here. Push the grommet out of the way, and we'll put that there. Okay, that's what we're talking about. So check this out here. So here's how this grommet thing works. Can you see that? You can see that right there? So you put this tool and push. Although, make sure that's in the right spot. Boom. All right. One down. One down, one to go. Yeah. This is way better having a cameraman get the angles that I'm always missing. I need this darn lift to be like another 2 inches. That would be perfect. So let's get this pushed back. There we go. Get that back in place. There we go. Nice. And there goes the transmission tray. Cool. So there's the tray. Let's put our O2 sensors in. I don't want to take this whole thing off, so what I generally do is take these things, since we're going to go in that way, I'm going to twist it the opposite direction a bunch. That way when I come back and put it in place, it takes up that slack, theoretically. All right, O2 sensors are in place. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, we have the ESS tune, which will basically be defeating those. So let's tighten. I'm going to tighten these down and see what happens at the end there. Tell you what, having all these tools is pretty awesome. I should probably get new donut gaskets, but it's too late. All right, so I got some brake cleaner. See, I listen to people when they tell me stuff. And I'm just gonna wipe this down. Just to get all my fingerprints off of it. Now, I'm not gonna use the brake cleaner on the ceramic part. I don't think that'd be a good idea. I'm gonna go get some IPA and wipe that part down. I just wanna make sure I have all my fingerprints off here so it doesn't discolor anything. Maybe the oils from your fingers will jack up the finish. Okay, so we had a little audio snafu there where I lost audio for a little bit. So let me just take you from front to back and how I did this. So of course you saw me drop and smash my freaking ankles all swollen. You saw me do that yesterday where I jacked that up. But I first mounted here, mounted the brace just so I could hold the darn thing in place. So I was able to kind of get the ball joints in place, get that set up there so I could and just loose fit the screws, and then I put these bolts in so I could get it to work. I ended up using 60 millimeter. These are M8 by 1.25 and 60 millimeters long. These are the Dinan little spacer braces because this is a lot bulkier, a lot thicker at 2.75 inch instead of the 2.25 inch stock X pipe. The other thing you'll want to do is make sure that these are loose and tighten them up afterwards so you can kind of move and position it. So I had to mess with that. Also put our O2 sensors in to make sure the torque goes down. Those are 22 millimeters. And then we've got the external torques, the E12s, and then I think these are 14 millimeter nuts on top. So what I did was got this in position, tightened that down, and then we came down here and tightened up the ball joints. But what I needed to do in order to get this to line up, I actually had to disconnect this from the rear section of the exhaust. And then these are 13 millimeter bolts that are torqued. Came back, torqued this all down, and we have the X pipe set up. I wasn't able to fit after playing with, I didn't do this on camera too much, but I wasn't able to fit this brace. I don't know. I tried loosening this up and position it. It's just, I don't know if it's a little bit off. I mean, everything is stout. I mean, this thing is not going anywhere. So I'm not sure why I couldn't get it to fit, but regardless, we'll just call it weight savings. So last thing I had to do after I got the connecting pipes all set up, I had to torque these settings down here. Notice in order to get this straight, there's a little bit more of a gap here on the right side versus the left. These clamps aren't so great, they aren't so hot, but we have a nice solid connection at all points of the exhaust, so we should be okay. I shouldn't have any leaks or issues. So our tips are all lined up, and now we'll let the car down and get some audio clips of it. I'll also be doing another video of the exhaust, doing flybys and things like that. Hopefully this is the one, but you know me, I'll get another one if it's not right. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor, foot to the floor.